Hey guys, what's up? It's Astroff here, and today I wanted to walk you guys through the D2 Planner tool that was just released on Maxroll. And I want to go over a starter sorceress build, the Meteorb, which I believe will help everyone get through all the content in normal, nightmare, and hell relatively easily. And the way I want to do this is in increments of 10 or checkpoints at every 10 levels, and just show you guys my mindset and what I think the best build would be at that point. So let's start with the gear here. This is the starter staff, plus one to Firebolt. Firebolt's going to be our main ability for the first 10 levels, so we're going to be using that. Unless something better drops, of course, or you find one in a car shop. A rare cap here with low life, low res. This is not an unreasonable find, so I just threw it in there. A 2 open socket armor. We're going to be needing that for later on. So whatever two open socket armor you find that you have the strength requirement met for, feel free to put that on. A +3 to energy amulet. Ideally, you can have an FCR or faster cast rate amulet, or even a resistance amulet, but these are pretty common, so this is a realistic pickup here. Boots with poison length reduced by 25%. I find this to be very useful for the Andariel fight, but by no means is completely necessary. I just wanted to show that you can get it on your boots, your belt, and your gloves. So you could definitely find this while you're leveling very easily. A 10% FCR ring. These are not terribly uncommon, and they're extremely useful, especially for the sorceress. I just want to point out on the D2 Planner tool here, the gear you're currently wearing actually has breakouts on the right side here. So we see that the 10% FCR that I have from that one ring put us in the next bracket for the FCR breakpoints, which required 9, right? So we have 10, we hit that, one less frame per cast. These are really useful. So you want to be looking out for as much FCR as you can on your gear. Obviously, pretty low level. We want to get 1 or 2 FCR pieces of jewelry. Now, going back to the other ring here, a simple fire res ring. I mean, realistically, you're not going to find all your FCR rings on your first go around, probably by level 10. I can't imagine having all 3, but maybe at least 1. And then moving on here, you see that I'm level 10. So no shenanigans, and we did the Den of Evil first quest in the game, get a free skill point. So using the +1 we have from the staff, we allocated 8 points to Firebolt. I imagine you'd be using at least 5 of the first 6 points in Firebolt. You might opt to go 1 into Warmth, which gives you a little bit of extra mana regen. Firebolt's really cheap in terms of mana costs, so you'll be able to recover and get a few more casts off if you just put 1 point in here. A little bit less damage, but a few more casts. I think it works out in your favor here with the 1 point in Warmth. And then starting at level 6, you could pick up Static. Static is one of the best abilities in the game, and it's going to be really, really useful when you start facing the Countess, who I believe is a fire enchanted. So your Firebolt's going to do less damage than normal, and Static's going to shred off 25% of her health every time you cast it on her. So it's going to make it a really easy fight. You only have to cast a handful of fireballs when you're done static fielding her. And then, so then once you hit level 12, and we'll talk about this in the next video, but once you hit level 12, you're going to switch primarily to Fireball. And you may not need to use static anymore against the Countess, but especially early on, if you're low level, level 7, level 8, this is going to be a really good source of damage for you. Last thing I want to cover here is the stat allocation. This is bugged out right now. I didn't mean to allocate these. You essentially change that to, let's say 10 because I have the hard leather armor on. But you want to put as many points into vitality as you possibly can. Sometimes I opt to go 10 points in energy just to make a little bit more value out of this warmth here, have a little bit higher of a mana pool. But it's really totally up to you, totally unnecessary. You could throw everything into vitality, put 0 in strength, 0 in energy. Definitely don't put anything in dex, and definitely don't put anything more into strength than your current gear requires. You have plenty more levels to hit whatever gear strength requirement you have. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this part one, please leave some comments and some feedback down below, and like and subscribe if you're looking forward to the future parts. Like I said, this is the Meteorb checkpoint for level 10. So there'll be a bunch more of those to come out in the future, and hopefully, the build works out very smoothly for everyone on launch.